So welcome to our Ditch and Switch event. And this is all about ideas and concepts of how to build a healthy home. So just to do a quick introduction here, I'm Amanda Villarreal, and I have been helping others with improving their health and wellness for several decades. And our focus and our passion is to bring knowledge and tips and ideas of how we can become healthier. And that even includes ways such as chemicals that are in and around our homes and what we're using around our bodies and around our kids and around our pets. So this is definitely a very passionate topic, I believe, for many of us, because once we learn about the things that are around us, it makes us that more excited to get out there and educate others on things that they may not realize or know that there are options for. So just to really quickly highlight, some of the products we're going to be talking about actually come from a company named Shackley, and Shackley has been around for over 65 years, and love the fact that everything they do is revolved around the environment and making sure that they are providing a net zero impact that's doing any harm to the world. And that is an awesome concept because you don't hear of that very often today. And they have been green before green was even considered cool way back when. That this is something that from the 1960s, Shackley created the very first Earth Day product and has continued to, grow throughout the years as far as not just their home care line, but also in personal care products and supplements and things that are even regards towards our immune system and helping with anti-aging and skincare. And it's great to know that they are always on the forefront of what is considered to be, innovative and going to be like the next things that we know they test and prove are safe that we are going to see that can help us. So we really want to focus on making our homes as healthy as we can. And that means looking at, again, the chemicals that we are exposed to every day. It's pretty interesting that they say that women that work from home actually have over a 60% greater chance of developing cancer. And we know that's because of the fact that in our homes, chemical rates are so much higher and so much more concentrated. So when we think about that, naturally, we're always going to have some chemicals around us. But if we can start to reduce some of those things, like even looking at our household cleaners, of how much more we are going to notice things such as asthma, allergies, and even just breathing type concerns start to decrease. And we definitely know there is a correlation with cleaning products and indoor air pollution and what that does to our health. So we want to know that some of those things that we are using cause symptoms that we oftentimes would totally not connect with it coming from something that we are using every day. So look at some of the symptoms here. And how many times have you ever heard, oh, bronchitis is triggered from a cleaning product? You don't hear of these things. And this is where the education is very important, that we start to learn steps that we can do to become healthier. So some of the things we're going to be talking about, switching products, some other, areas that we can look at is, restrict smoking, using how to use your appliances correctly, looking at the materials that are being used in your home, even furniture that you're buying, making sure we do keep, our houses clean and that we have ventilation. So opening windows and once again, trying to eliminate toxins. So let's look at some of the things that we often find in our homes that is very common that people think they're just used for cleaning products. And, that's all they're familiar with. And they would have no idea the concepts of things like chlorine bleach being the number one cause of poisonings to children in the home. And it is so common that I just had a friend the other day that just shared a picture that she now uses all Shackley products in her home. And she took a picture of her daughter underneath the sink, and she had, which is our dishwashing powder detergent, open in her hands, and she was licking it. And if that would have been something else that was over the counter, who knows what long-term health effects that could have had. So again, it's awareness, decreasers, things like glass cleaners. This includes Windex. Again, lots of chemicals in those things that we think are safe just because we buy them from the store. Oven cleaners are by far one of the most dangerous, and especially the fumes that they give off, extremely toxic. And also toilet bowl cleaners. So some of those things, again, that we might not realize that there are alternatives for, we want to help share some ideas with you. So here are some of those harmful ingredients. So look at your labels, which it's interesting. Many of your cleaning products do not have to disclose actually all the ingredients, which makes that a little scary. But if you find some of these ingredients, these are some to definitely avoid. And if you're reading, you can see there's so many things that we oftentimes miss the fine print of, like you're supposed to wear gloves, you're supposed to have ventilation, all these things. And oftentimes it's not possible for small areas maybe that don't have windows, and there's not ways to make it safe. So we need to figure out options and ways that we can incorporate more non-toxic possibilities. So here we go. These are all great cleaning choices that we can look at that are non-toxic and start to focus on doing things that are completely safe and are not just creating a better environment for us and our families, but also for the earth. Everything is, recycled, and we know that everything in here is going to be safe. And it's also all from, natural resources, which is a huge thing. So we're going to get in here and kind of break down everything really fast. And then I'm actually going to show you what this consists of. So we are really concentrating on giving you guys all ideas of things that you can use in and around your home. Now, we're going to be starting a Facebook group actually after this event, and that is where we're going to give more details and more specifics. So today we're just going to kind of quickly walk through them. So Basic H2 is pretty much the star product of what Shaklee has to offer because it does so much and it is so cost effective. You can see here, they gave an example of how this one bottle of Basic H costs around $11. And that is actually the equivalent to 5,824 bottles of Windex. And it's always hard to believe until you actually start using the concentrates that you realize it is true. You use 1 to 2 drops of Basic H to make a window cleaner, and you use it in all different formulations for a degreaser, for a all-purpose cleaner, and we have so many other uses that it's hard to believe the versatility of what Basic H can be used for. Anything you can use water on, you can put Basic H2 on. So for your floors, even on your skin, it is completely safe. So in our bathrooms, we want to look at some options there, which a lot of times we need some disinfectant type options. So we have something called the Basic G, which is an amazing disinfectant. And same thing in the kitchen. Sometimes you may need a disinfectant. The Basic G is a concentrate, and I'll show you that here in a little bit, but a little bit goes a long way. We also love, we talked about oven cleaners for a brief moment there, an option to clean your oven. And this does so much more: stainless steel, soap scum, anywhere you need a little bit of grit. This stuff is, made from cherry pits, but it is activated by water, so you don't need to use very much at all, and it works so well. So all of these, we don't have to worry if our kids are helping us or if we accidentally get in our hands or our clothes. We know that it is all safe. Even our dishwashing powder, which uses a great concept because, as you can see in the picture, it comes with a bag, and you then will replace by just purchasing a bag. So you get this reusable container. So again, it's less packaging waste that goes into the environment. And again, the cost effectiveness of this is amazing, and it actually works. All the products have clinical studies and comparisons done to show it outperforms many of the products that are very similar to these. So love the dishwashing detergent. And you have to think about, I have to say, if there's one thing that I usually recommend for people to look at switching, it is dishwashing powders, because you think about when you wash dishes, if we're using the dishwasher, we have a big family with 5 kids, we use the dishwasher several times a day. And I know that if I'm constantly putting chemicals on there and some of that doesn't get rinsed off, that's going into our bodies. And that is extremely important to note, that, your esophagus and everything that some of those chemicals can do harm to, we want to try to reduce as much of that risk as possible. So also in the kitchen, we have our dishwash soap, which the hand wash, you only use a couple drops, which again, very concentrated. That's what you're going to notice the big difference is. This entire Get Clean kit lasts forever. Like, you will not replace anything for many months because of the concentrates. The hand wash, again, another one, love it. That comes with the little hand dispenser, which is a great way to evenly dispense how much you're getting. And it doesn't have antibacterial properties to it, because we found we don't need those to wash our hands every single time, because we don't want to be washing away the good and the bad all the time, that we want to just focus on cleaning the hands. So this is very gentle. It's pH balanced, so it's not going to dry your skin. Same with the hand wash. Sometimes people find they use a lot of Dawn and a lot of popular products that their hands get really dry and cracked. And again, it's because it's not pH balanced. So their skin gets very sensitive from some of the chemicals that are also added with that drying agent. So a laundry detergent, we have powders, there's liquids, but again, the concentrated factor. Love the fact that these can also be stain removers. You can rub it directly on a stain when you're doing laundry. And it is, again, when you look at the cost effectiveness of this, you can get away with, depending on your washer, and it depends on your water, but some of us can get away with using only an ounce of the liquid for a large load of laundry. So these things become, again, a great staple for doing a lot of laundry, not having to worry about the smells and being sensitive to skin. We find people that oftentimes have switched to Shackley after trying all of the free products out there, Tide Free and all the options that took out the fragrance, and they're still had reactions, and switching to Shackley, they did not. And you guys will hear a story about that in a little bit here. So Nature Bright is also part of our laundry line. This is both for whitening and brightening. So love the fact we can put this in any load and it's completely safe, and you don't need very much, but it really does do a great job of removing stains. We also use this for things like whitening grout, or some people clean their toilets with it. Anything you need to brighten, you're going to see a picture soon of a stain that somebody got out of the carpet with it. So you can use it in different ways, which is really cool. You don't need to have 100 products to be able to clean your home. And dryer sheets, this would be your other area that there's a liquid or there is a dryer sheet option. And love the fact that these dryer sheets are actually vegetable based. So they're completely biodegradable, which is very unusual. If you look at your typical dryer sheets, they actually will never break down. And that is one of the hardest things for our landfills, because they will always be there. So if we can find alternatives like these dryer sheets that work, it is a great option. So one thing to highlight that's kind of special right now, that anytime a Get Clean kit is purchased from Shackley, they plant a tree. But for this week, celebrating Earth Day this week, they're actually going to plant a tree on any purchase during this week. So that's also a great thing. We know that we are doing good to help our homes, but also the environment. So here's a couple just quick pictures to show a couple before and afters. And this was our shower. And this was Caden a couple years ago, one of our kids. And I love, though, the soap scum. And this actually looks like water, and that is soap scum, because our kids' shower doors, if you have shower doors, you'll know what I'm talking about, that some reason they just get a heavy residue on them. And he used the scour off in the basic H2, and they looked brand new, which we still have him do this quite oftentimes, but it is amazing how much better it looks. And this was actually a wine stain in carpet, and showing the before and after using the Nature Bright. So, it is pretty impressive of how, if we can have properties that do the job without having to use chemicals, that should be our long-term goal, is to focusing on those things that we're putting around us that could be making a difference even long-term. So this basic H2, a lot of these are not necessarily highlighted from Shackley, but we know, with it being around for over 60 years, that this product is unbelievably versatile. You can see this before and after picture of someone with eczema, and she actually washed her legs with the basic H2 and started using a laundry detergent. Went away, never had an issue since. The uses you can see on this graphic here, from using it for diaper wipes, to cleaning your oven, to humidifiers, to your barbecue grills, to your floors. We actually use it for mosquito repellents on our trees. You will hear so many uses, fertilizing your lawn, that it is pretty impressive that it makes water wetter. And coconut and corn oil surfactants are the main ingredients that basically are completely safe. And that's why it's also non-toxic, and it has a green sealed certification. So it is also safe to use in, public facilities, daycares, etc. So you can see here, we also use it to wash our produce. So grabbing window cleaner, sounds pretty funny that you're washing your produce with window cleaner, but it is amazing how it breaks down the residue. Another example of a stain on a couch. And again, the idea of how cost effective this is. And again, I know it's hard to believe until you really start to understand and use it, but it is unbelievable how long this stuff will actually last. So we are actually going to have here Sarah going to share with us a little bit, and she is a nurse, and one of the things that actually I believe got her excited and why she started using Shackley products was the cleaning stuff. So I'm going to have her share a little bit of her story and a little bit about her kids here. So all right, Sarah.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I knew of Shackley, but I was not using any of their products really. And then we have three little boys. Well, not little anymore. We have three boys. And my youngest two, the one on that picture there in the upper right, that's my youngest. He's 6 now. But him and his middle brother both had weird skin stuff. I know a lot of kids struggle with eczema and rashes. From normal to weird, they had it. Eczema was a big deal. This is on the bottom right is my middle's legs. And then that middle picture is like, I think it's called corpus molluscum, the little pustule things. That was what Colton, our youngest, struggled with a ton. And just weird patchy things that would show up. And we tried everything. We switched shower bath washes all the time. We tried Vaseline. We were doing lotions, the scent-free lotions. We just had a cupboard full of stuff we were trying, and thought it might be an allergy thing. That was kind of eliminated. So ironically, we were at a pediatrician, or talking with a pediatrician, and he recommended switching out products and recommended looking into Shaklee. And I knew Amanda, so I was like, maybe I should reconnect and check this out. So I think probably 4 years ago, I went to an Earth Day event and learned about the cleaning products, and we never have looked back, you guys. What she just talked about, that girl washing herself in the basic H, that is what happened with us, especially with my middle child. We switched to bathing him in the basic H, and we didn't have to use any lotions really. And it cleared up. I would say within a week, we were seeing changes in Gavin's. And then Colton right there, same thing, just switching that product. And I'll talk about the laundry stuff in a while. His slowly went away. But you guys, we were coating them in Vaseline. We were putting these big bandages I took from work, like a clear Tegaderm. We were putting them on their skin. And not that we didn't know if they were contagious, but they just looked horrible. It was like an hour routine to get them out the door. And I dreaded bath time. They loved it. I hated it. And they would be itching and they would wake up dry and stuff like that. So hands down, for us, switching to some of these products made a huge difference with my kids. And, you know, when their skin is healthy, they're happier. It's a huge deal in our house. And I picked 3 products because I love the whole kit, and I highly recommend starting with the kit. It is the best way to go. But I thought I'd just pick 3 of my favorites because they apply to our family. Again, the basic G or basic H. This is hands down, like Amanda said, the best product. We still bathe my youngest in this one for sure, but hundreds of uses for this. And then I thought another issue for us was laundry. So I wanted to show you, I prefer the liquid laundry detergent. I'd use both. The powder is great. I just prefer the liquid. But that was another big deal for us, was, you know, the clothing that they had on was just coated in chemicals and stuff that irritated their skin. And we tried everything, Tide free, all free, Dreft. I thought Dreft was the end all be all of everything. It's not, it didn't work. Once we started getting all the chemicals and stuff out of their clothing, including the dryer sheets, made another huge difference in their skin. So I prefer the liquid laundry detergent. That's another favorite. And then if I had to pick another one, basic G. This is kind of like your bleach alternative. We have disgusting little boys, and this is great for cleaning. I felt safe cleaning my floors. I cleaned the toilets, kitchen counters, you know, just anything that needs more of a bleach type cleaning without actually using bleach, which is horrible. So for us, you know, in our family, definitely made a huge difference. And, you know, like Amanda said, you don't really know until you try it. So I always encourage people, if you just want to try a few things, talk to whoever invited you. But again, the kit is really the way to go because you get the most bang for your buck as well.
For sure. Thanks so much for sharing. And I love the pictures. I think the visuals are amazing because it really does help you to see that it's real. I mean, you would not think this could be a chemical reaction, but that's pretty, yeah.
And now they love bath time. Clearly he's loved bath. And they take a lot of them for showers. But
with 3 boys, I don't know how you couldn't. So that's yeah. All right. So let's do a really fast walkthrough just so you understand what the kit is. So I am actually going to tilt my screen down here a second and show you guys here a minute what the kit has in it here. It's a little bright, so I turn the light off. But all right. So hopefully you guys can see this okay here. But this is the extras that we're going to talk about that don't come in the kit. But we have our scour off that we mentioned, our basic G, and our hand wash concentrate, which are not in the kit. But we're going to show you guys a great package idea here in a second. But you will get your big box here that is awesome. Again, it's all recycled materials. It has your, your welcome, some, talking about the earth and what you are providing and what you're keeping out of landfills. It's pretty impressive. When you switch over to a Get Clean kit, you actually keep 108 pounds of packaging waste from the landfills. And that's pretty, again, impressive because of the concentrate factor. So this is a really cool thing to be able to have in a one location. Grab it and take where you want it. Everything you need can actually fit into this caddy. So this has all the products we talked about, from your dishes to your laundry, and then some. Your caddy also comes with here all of your spray bottles to make all of your different cleaners. It has microfiber cloths in there, so everything you need to basically clean your entire home with ease and not having to worry about going to different rooms and finding different things that are hidden everywhere, it seems like. So this also has in here your laundry detergent. So we talked about this does come in a larger size if you have bigger families, but to try, it comes in all of the same sizes here. So as you can see, this is a lot of products that you might be like, how in the world am I going to figure this out? Honestly, it is very simple. And once you switch, like we were saying, we know you will not regret it. So for the entire Get Clean kit, just to give you an idea, the cost is just about $100. And that is equivalent to $3,400 worth of cleaning products. So people that want to save money, this is by far one of the best investments you can ever make, both financially and for your health. And if you were to combine this would be your best package to get everything you need. You could get rid of every cleaner in your house, every hand soap in your house, and replace it with this package idea that we put together. It would be $153.27, but you are going to be saving about $50 because you're going to get your shipping for free, a free membership. And this is actually going to be good for everyone. So even if you're already a current member, we are still going to, if you purchase this package, throw in there one of the free, it's a hand and body lotion, which love this because we're talking about things we're putting around our body, but we also want to be thinking about the chemicals we're putting on our body. So that's our little gift to you guys for, being able to try something that we all are very excited about and believe in and have used for, I would probably say our family, almost 20 years now. So it is definitely a great time to ditch and switch and look at finding healthier options. So don't forget, we have a Facebook group. We would love to add you to it so you could learn more. And I'm just going to open up here really quickly. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Maybe something we missed? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording. We hope this information was helpful, and take care.